The legend of Atlantis begins with Plato, a towering figure in the history of Western thought. His ideas have shaped philosophy, politics, and ethics for millennia. The ancient Greek philosopher whose influence continues to resonate today. He wasn't just a thinker, he was a storyteller, weaving intricate narratives to explore complex ideas. In his dialogues, Timaeus and Critias, two of his later works, written around 360 BC, Plato introduces us to the story of Atlantis, a civilization unlike any other. Plato describes a powerful island nation, a maritime empire of immense wealth and technological prowess. He places it beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar, marking the edge of the known world for the ancient Greeks. This location immediately sets Atlantis apart, hinting at its isolation and unique development. Atlantis, he wrote, was larger than Libya and Asia combined, a landmass of staggering proportions, dwarfing even the largest empires of his time. This vast territory allowed it to become a naval superpower, ruling over many lands, controlling trade routes and projecting its influence across the ancient seas. Their ships were legendary, their sailors unmatched. According to Plato, the god Poseidon, the ruler of the seas, founded Atlantis, imbuing it with his divine power and protection. He did so by building a city of concentric rings, a marvel of engineering and urban planning. These rings consisted of alternating bands of land and water, designed for his beloved Plato, a mortal woman he fell in love with. This unique design provided both defense and access to the sea. The city was a marvel, a testament to Atlantean ingenuity and ambition. It boasted advanced engineering, allowing them to construct magnificent structures and intricate waterways, and rich resources, fueling their prosperity and expansion. They also possessed a mysterious metal called orichalcum, a substance unknown to us, which they used to adorn their temples and palaces. Its properties remain a subject of speculation. Atlanteans were wealthy and technologically advanced, surpassing even the most powerful civilizations of their time. They were masters of navigation, architecture, and warfare. But over generations, they became corrupt and greedy, their pursuit of power overshadowing their wisdom and virtue. Their ambition led them to launch a massive invasion, seeking to conquer new lands and expand their dominion. Their target was Athens and the Mediterranean world, a direct challenge to the rising power of Greek civilization. Plato claims the Athenians heroically repelled the Atlanteans, standing as a beacon of freedom against the encroaching darkness. They succeeded in freeing those they had enslaved, liberating countless people from Atlantean oppression. The gods, angered by Atlantis' arrogance and hubris, saw their actions as a direct affront to divine order. They unleashed disaster, a cataclysm of unimaginable scale. In a single day and night, a terrifyingly short span of time, violent earthquakes and floods, a combination of natural and divine forces, swallowed Atlantis, erasing it from the face of the earth. The once great empire was submerged beneath the waves, erasing it from history and leaving behind only a legend. Plato's account is vivid and detailed, filled with descriptions of Atlantean society, technology, and geography. But it ends with a warning, a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked ambition and moral decay. It serves as a lesson that even the greatest civilizations can fall, succumbing to their own internal weaknesses. The story, passed down from Egyptian priests, keepers of ancient knowledge and wisdom, to Solon, the Athenian statesman, and then to Plato, ensuring its preservation for future generations, became a cautionary tale, a timeless parable about the rise and fall of civilizations. Was it history, a factual account of a real place and people, or allegory? A symbolic story designed to convey a deeper philosophical message. Plato's Atlantis remains one of the world's most enduring mysteries, sparking debate and inspiring countless interpretations. Its fate, a lost world beneath the waves, a haunting image that captures the imagination, continues to fascinate us, drawing us into its enigmatic depths. The legend endures because it speaks to our imagination and our fears, tapping into our deepest anxieties about the fragility of civilization. Atlantis is a story of greatness, hubris, and sudden ruin, a classic tragedy played out on a grand scale. It's a myth that has echoed through centuries, captivating artists, writers, and thinkers alike, inspiring countless searches for the truth, both literal and metaphorical, about our past and our future. Whether real or invented, a historical account or a philosophical construct, Atlantis is a symbol of lost potential, a reminder of what we could achieve and what we could lose. And so, The tale begins. A journey into the heart of a legend that continues to resonate with us today. Why does the story of Atlantis, a civilization swallowed by the sea, still captivate us after thousands of years? What is it about this legendary island that continues to fuel our imagination and drive us to explore the unknown? The legend taps into our longing for lost golden ages, a time of unparalleled prosperity and enlightenment. We yearn for a glimpse into a past where humanity achieved greatness beyond our current comprehension and forgotten wisdom. The allure of ancient knowledge, lost technologies, and profound philosophical insights draws us to the myth of Atlantis. We dream of discovering a civilization, a society so advanced and unique that challenges everything we know about our past, forcing us to reconsider the accepted narrative of human history. The possibility of finding Atlantis, of unearthing tangible proof of its existence, is the ultimate archaeological adventure. It's a quest for the extraordinary. It would rewrite history, shaking the foundations of our understanding of the ancient world, and redefine our understanding of human achievement, showcasing the potential for innovation and societal advancement that may have been lost to time. Atlantis also embodies our fear of sudden catastrophe, the ever-present threat of natural disasters wiping away entire civilizations, reminding us that no society, no matter how advanced, is immune to nature's power. It serves as a cautionary tale. The search is about more than ruins. It's about understanding the fragility of civilization. It's about learning from disaster and avoiding the same fate, applying the lessons of the past to safeguard our future. Atlantis questions the official story of human progress, challenging the linear narrative we often accept, hinting at cycles of rise and fall, suggesting that civilizations may be destined to repeat the same patterns of growth and destruction. For many, it's a symbol of a hidden chapter in our story, a missing piece of the puzzle of human existence, waiting to be uncovered, revealing secrets that could reshape our understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. The legend endures because it promises that the truth is still out there, waiting to be discovered by those who dare to seek it. Atlantis is both a warning and a hope, a warning about the potential for self-destruction and a hope for a brighter future informed by the lessons of the past. That's why we keep searching, driven by the insatiable human desire to explore, to understand, and to uncover the mysteries that lie hidden beneath the surface of our world. Among all the captivating Atlantis theories that have emerged over the centuries, each attempting to pinpoint the location and fate of this legendary civilization, the Santorini hypothesis, also known as the Thera hypothesis, stands out prominently in mainstream circles, capturing the imagination of researchers and enthusiasts alike. This theory centers around the Minoan civilization, a sophisticated Bronze Age society that thrived on the island of Thera, which is now known as Santorini. The Minoan civilization flourished until a cataclysmic volcanic eruption, estimated to have occurred around 1620 BC, forever altering the course of history in the Aegean Sea. The sheer force of the eruption devastated the island, destroying the center of Santorini and creating the iconic caldera that we see today. The eruption also triggered massive tsunamis that radiated outwards, wreaking havoc across the Aegean and potentially beyond. The thriving Minoan city of Akrotiri, located on Santorini, was buried under thick layers of volcanic ash, preserving it in a remarkable state, much like Pompeii. The parallels between this event and Plato's account of Atlantis are undeniably striking, fueling speculation and debate for centuries. Both narratives describe an advanced island society, a sudden and devastating cataclysm, and the ultimate disappearance of a civilization. In both stories, a city is tragically lost beneath the waves, swallowed by the sea in a moment of destruction. The archaeological discoveries at Akrotiri reveal a sophisticated and seafaring people with advanced architecture, art, and maritime capabilities. Some scholars and researchers suggest that this devastating event on Santorini may have served as the inspiration for the Atlantis legend, with the story of the Minoan collapse being passed down through generations, evolving and transforming into the myth of Atlantis. However, despite the compelling similarities, there are also significant problems and inconsistencies with the Santorini hypothesis. Plato explicitly stated that Atlantis was located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which is generally interpreted as the Strait of Gibraltar, placing it far to the west of the Aegean Sea, where Santorini is located. and the timeline of the destruction also presents a discrepancy. While the eruption on Santorini undoubtedly impacted the Minoan civilization, they actually survived on the island of Crete after the event. And the estimated date of the eruption doesn't perfectly align with the timeline that Plato provided for the destruction of Atlantis. While the story of Santorini and the Minoan civilization is undeniably dramatic and captivating, filled with natural disaster and cultural upheaval, it ultimately doesn't perfectly fit all of the specific details outlined in Plato's original account of Atlantis. Therefore, while the Santorini theory offers a compelling and intriguing possibility, the evidence remains incomplete and open to interpretation. The mystery of Atlantis, therefore, remains elusive, continuing to beckon explorers and researchers into the depths of history and speculation. If Atlantis was in the Atlantic, as Plato claimed, the search shifts west. The Bimini Road, discovered in 1968 in the Bahamas, is a formation of large limestone blocks that some believe are man-made ruins. The site sparked excitement, especially after psychic Edgar Cayce's prediction of an Atlantean discovery near Bimini. However, geologists explain the Bimini Road as natural beach rock fractured by geological processes. No artifacts or structures confirm an ancient civilization here. Other theories link Atlantis to the Maya, Aztecs, or Incas, suggesting survivors brought knowledge to the Americas, yet there's no credible evidence connecting these cultures to a lost Atlantic continent. The American theories remain speculative. The mystery persists. Mainstream archaeology sees Atlantis as myth, a story Plato invented to explore political and moral ideas. No artifacts, ruins, or geological evidence support the existence of a sunken super-civilization in the Atlantic. Plate tectonics rule out a lost continent in recent history. Fringe researchers argue that mainstream science ignores clues, megaliths, underwater ruins, and ancient maps. They believe Plato's account preserves a real event, dismissed by academic dogma. The debate is fierce. One side demands hard evidence. The other claims the evidence is overlooked. Atlantis divides opinion like few other mysteries. The search continues, fueled by skepticism and hope. The truth remains elusive. The search for Atlantis is filled with false leads and dead ends. Ignatius Donnelly's 19th century book revived interest, but his evidence was speculative. Expeditions to the Azores found only volcanic rock, not sunken cities. The Piri Reis map, once thought to show ancient knowledge, is now seen as a patchwork of existing maps. Recent claims of Atlantis in Spain's mudflats proved to be natural formations or remnants of known cultures. Each failed search adds to the legend's allure. The real Atlantis, if it existed, remains hidden. The mystery deepens with every disappointment. Let's strip away the speculation, and only Plato's story remains. No independent ancient texts mention Atlantis. No archaeological evidence supports its existence. Most historians conclude Plato invented Atlantis as a philosophical allegory. He crafted a tale of a great society undone by arrogance, using realistic details to make it compelling. The story's power lies in its warning, not its historicity. Proposed evidence, Bimini Road, Minoans, mysterious maps, can all be explained without Atlantis. The legend persists because it's a masterful story, not a lost civilization. Atlantis is fiction, not fact, yet the myth endures, challenging us to question and imagine. Its allure is undiminished by the lack of proof. Atlantis is a mirror for our hopes and fears. The story lives on. Even if Atlantis is fiction, the idea of a civilization-ending cataclysm is real. Earth's history is marked by sudden, devastating events, like the eruption of Thera. Around 11,600 years ago, at the end of the last ice age, the world experienced the Younger Dryas, a period of abrupt climate change and massive sea level rise. Some scientists propose a comet impact triggered this upheaval, causing wildfires, floods, and extinctions. Evidence includes nanodiamonds and melted rock in sediments worldwide. Such disasters could have erased entire cultures, their stories surviving only as myth. Perhaps the memory of real cataclysms inspired legends like Atlantis. The past warns us nature's power is immense and unpredictable. Myths may hold echoes of forgotten truths. Atlantis is a reminder of our planet's volatile history. Whether real or imagined, Atlantis has become a universal symbol. It represents our longing for lost wisdom and our fear of self-destruction. The legend inspires explorers and skeptics alike, fueling the quest for wonder. Atlantis warns of the dangers of arrogance and unchecked power. It encourages us to question history and imagine what might be hidden beneath the waves. The myth endures because it speaks to our deepest hopes and anxieties. As long as we seek answers, Atlantis will remain alive in our imagination. It is not just a place, but an idea, a story about who we are and who we might become. Atlantis will never truly be lost because it lives on in our search for meaning. The legend continues, waiting to be rediscovered.